That's where creativity lives, is in action.
Hey, Dr. Bill here. So I have an exciting guest with me today, Julian Ryder. Julian Ryder has a company called the Right Brain Project. He's the founder and the chief executive creative officer, and it's a creativity, education, and training firm. The Right Brain Project is a team of neuroscientists and creative professionals who help leaders tap into creative energy that exists within organizations. They work in three areas: neuroscience of creativity, the experience and exploration of creativity, and the human aspect of creativity. Julian is a former chairman of communications design department at the Art Center College of Design, where he had an advertising program that graduated some of today's most talented creative leaders. He served as a creative director for major advertising agencies in New York and Los Angeles, where his print and television campaigns won numerous awards for creativity and excellence, and he worked with companies that you know, like Nike and Honda and many others that you don't know. Anyhow, it's with great pleasure that I introduce you to one of my metal brothers, Julian Ryder.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
So you started off in advertising and worked in LA and New York, and then you saw this need to create a new company. So maybe you can tell these guys a little bit about what your company does and why you actually created it.
Good. Okay. So where the company came from was, it actually came out of an advertising agency that I ran for many years. So back in 2015, I went to my business partner and I said, I'm going to move on. I've done everything I've wanted to do in this business, and I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to go do something else. So I hired a career coach, somebody to work with me on designing the next 30 years of my life.
Nice.
So yeah. So and not very many people do something like this, design your life. So I worked with her for about 6 months, and we looked at and inquired into all kinds of different areas, things that I could commit myself to. So what we ended up coming up with is this vision, this passion for my life, which is about bringing creativity into all organizations. Not just design firms and not just advertising agencies, but actually bringing creativity into the Los Angeles Police Department, bringing it into cities, bringing it into Ralph's Grocery Store, bringing it into Enterman's Bakery. So one of the things that has been discovered over the last several years is that creativity is missing in organization. So there was this combination of creativity and doing education, all things that I'm very interested in, that came together, and it was out of that the Right Brain Project emerged. So one of the things we do is we'll bring leaders, entrepreneurs, and executives together from different companies. Mm-hmm. So the program that we do there is these individuals come in with a project, something that they've designed for themselves. And the project, it has to do with an area that they're working in where they're not accomplishing what they want to accomplish. Okay. So it's like we all want to get better at stuff,
right.
Right. And sometimes we work on it really, really, really hard and we don't improve. So the work we do is to have them identify an area like that in their work and then bring it with them when they come to do work with us. And then that is what they're working on while we're doing the work. So it's sort of like hold it in their lap like a brick. And then over the course of time that we do the work, they're looking into how the brain works. We do some scientific interactions with them. It has to do with neuroscience, and it has to do with things like the network theory of creativity, for example, which is one aspect of of the brain. So they're exposed to that. And what happens after being exposed to it is that they are able now to tap into a part of themselves, having been exposed to how the brain works, that they weren't able to tap into previously. So that's one part of it that we do. Another part of it that we do is we do experience and exploration of creativity. We have people who've never considered themselves to be writers. We have them write.
Right.
And they write brilliant things that they don't know that they can do, but they do that in our workshops. We do improvisation, where they get up and they improvise. All things that are really valuable in their work endeavors.
You know, it's funny, I'm going to interject something for a second that you bring up improvisation. So when I met with Howard Schultz and I started doing Extreme Makeover, I watched myself and I realized that I was really stiff. Like, I'm a dentist. I wasn't used to being in front of a camera. So I signed up for an improv class. And I went and I took a Groundlings class, and it was really crazy for me because all of a sudden I was doing stuff I never in my wildest dreams imagined I'd be doing, but I really saw how much it helped a lot.
Yeah, yeah. There's something that occurs in improvisation that's really at the heart of creativity, and that what that is that's being in action. As opposed to thinking about things or working things out. Improvisation is being in the action and interacting with another spontaneously. Mm-hmm. So there's no thinking about it. There's just the creative interchange that's taking place. That's where creativity lives, is in action.
So if any of our students watching are interested in getting in touch with you or learning more about the Right Brain Project, where do they go and how do they do that?
If you want to learn more about the Right Brain Project, you can go to www.rightbrainproject.com, and we've got a pretty robust website that they can go on to.
Cool. And if they wanted to get a hold of you, is there a contact area?
Yeah, there's a way you can contact us from that.
Great.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. And I just want to say, I love what you've done with LEAP. I've done it for 2 years now.
Thank you.
And every time the invitation comes up, it's just like, I love being with those kids. I just, the whole experience is amazing.
Well,
and
thanks for your
what you're
support.
doing blows my mind.
We really appreciate your help and your support, and that's what makes the program work, is having dedicated people like you show up. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate
All right.
it. Yeah.
LEAP is coming along. We've got great people signed up. We've got great speakers signed up, and I hope to see you there. With that, Dr. Bill, over and out.